Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Copper Coin's Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E491, a 1961D Bank of America original wrapped roll. How is everyone doing today? It looks like we've got Dan McCumber and Dirty Water in the house. How are you guys doing? Glorious day down here in Southwest Florida. It's only, well, it's 100% sunny, 83 degrees. We had nighttime lows in the 60s. We're a month early for that. It's usually in the mid 70s up until basically November 1st. So crazy weather here. I'm going to go ahead and open this roll. Stan Horn, welcome to the show. You guys too, yeah? Yeah, I went out this morning and I was like, whoa. My dog was like, you're playing a trick on me. I'm not going. Speaking of dogs, I got one beating on the door. Come on, hurry up. Nothing to see out there in here. So lay down. Here, I got something for you. Perfect. Alrighty. We are going to get this show rolling. I took the enders in this roll. Get rid of this. Let's see. There's my pad. Later die state example. Turn the light down a little bit. Die crack on the forehead. We'll be looking at the first 10 reverses or so. Wow, die chipping all over the reverse die. Later die state again. Hope everybody's weekend is going well. I have had a busy weekend. I meant to do this yesterday. Went and cut my lawn. We are having unprecedented vegetation growth. This is an RPM. So let's see if we can't discern which one it is. Split upper and lower serif. Got a little clump of something, but it's split right here and right there. All right, Dan. Yeah, I saw that. Happy birthday. I meant to write that on your page and I got distracted and haven't been on Facebook since. So we will look and see what we can find on this die pair. Gosh, I don't think that's it. See if we've got a die crack. No die crack, so I'm going to say no on that. Whip through these kind of fast, but I was going to do a reveal yesterday. And I ended up cutting my lawn and kind of getting a heat exhaustion situation. And I literally had to lay down and just drink fluids. The lawn, it grew over a foot in 6 days. And it took it out of me to get it cut. I am definitely getting of the age that I do believe I need to get a riding lawnmower. which is kind of a bummer. I actually enjoy cutting the lawn, push mowing. But sometimes you have to take, let's see, that looks close. All right. So let's go up here, turn this like this, back it up a little bit. Oh, there's a big gouge right where I need to look, so that ain't gonna help. So let's go up to this photo. Maybe. Oh, another maybe. Well, that one ain't there. That's not there. And that is different. So that's just going to say a no for that one. All right, no for that. No for that. Well, that's a yes. That is a yes. That is a no. That is a yes. Yeah. It's a maybe. That is a possibility. Could be an earlier die state. 1mm85, but we're going to keep looking. I see nothing else at the moment. So we will put this. I have, how high do I cut? Right now, yesterday I cut at 3 inches. I usually in the wintertime cut at 2.5. And I've got a mixture of Bermuda and St. Augustine. I don't water, so the St. Augustine doesn't grow until it gets real heavy water. What's to the left of the mint mark? Let me look. A little die ding. So that's actually a good marker there, Dirty Water. Oh, what did I do? Oh, there it is. One. Could be earlier die state, still mid die state, but earlier stage of 1mm85. I've got to do some overlays and stuff like that. Coin number 3 for Sireg. Wow, but it was awful. I got to say that I come in and I told my wife, I says, I need something to drink and I got to sit down. I'll die chip on the base. And then all of a sudden I got a pounding headache. Muscles got sore, so I just kept hydrating and just relaxed the rest of the day. It literally grew 2 inches a day. I haven't raised it to 3 inches. I raised it like maybe July, because that's when it really started. We started getting rain every single day. And I know they get a lot of rain every day down here in Florida. But this has been like 2 inches of rain. I mean, inches of rain every day. And everything is just going nuts, growing. Like I said, I cut it 6 days earlier. So it grew 9 inches in 6 days. And I was only taking maybe a 6-inch pass with the mower. Yeah. So, and the mower was bogging down doing a 6-inch pass. And I think it's a 7.5 horse push mower. I got the Mac Daddy push mower. But I think it may be time for this old man to get him a rider. I will be selling reveals tomorrow. Not sure of the dates yet. I've got new rolls incoming on the way. It really depends on if they show up or not. Coin 6, Frostbite. Same die pair over. We're seeing a lot of this one. So I will be doing probably 2 reveals tomorrow. Might do one on Tuesday instead of doing them both tomorrow. I'm not sure. Because unfortunately I have more yard work to do. The city has decided that they're cracking down on everybody who's not keeping their grass cut. So they are literally citing people if their grass is 10 inches or more. And then they can't keep the water out of the ditches, but they want you to clean the ditch out too. I was like, you got to be joking. Yeah, those are about the only grass that grows down here. Dan, I've got a little patch of bent grass. The person that lived here used to be into golf, and he's got some, there's a little patch of putting green grass. That grows okay when there's a ton of water. I do know that he used to water the grass. Ooh, what's that? Let me look at that. If that's a hit. That is a lamination. Not retained. It's the piece is broken off. There is a little piece of it retained right here, but really cool. Got a little bit down here. It looks like there's a ding too, possibly. You can see it go all the way down to Liberty. Coin number 9, Farm Dog. So I will be doing, not sure what roll I'll do before the reveal show. I do think I'm going to, what would you rather have, a 42p or a 45D for the good roll for the week? Let you guys pick. And also, I got a couple questions. I am doing kind of a makeshift survey type thing. How many of you are in coin clubs of any type? Woodsy, welcome to the show. Whether it be like a local coin club or the ANA or anything like that. This should be, it is. We will double check. See there, let me see here, 85. I want to see that die crack. Oh man, hard to tell. But that is already there. That crack is there. And that looks the same. It's got this little bump. So I'm thinking that that is before the little die breaker right here. So I do think that could be 1mm85. Nobody answering the question. All right. My next question was, what is your primary role in collecting? Are you a variety collector, error collector, toner collector, Lincoln cent collector, silver collector, gold collector, coins in general collector? Do you have a favorite little niche in coin collecting? Like me, I for sure am a variety collector, and I actually switched to TV, babysitting my nephew. All right, 6 months. Ooh. Errors and varieties for me, more varieties, more RPMs than doubled dies, but I look for all varieties now. When I first got interested, I just looked for the major doubled dies, but I look for all of them now. I collect the minor ones too. Errors also. Trip, welcome. Frostbite, welcome. But I'm just trying to get a feel for what everybody collects. And I don't know how many people here are members of Coneca or members of the ANA. I would love to know that. Woody's, toners, varieties. And I'm going to change it up. How are you going to change it up, Dan? Silver on Australian colonized coins. That's interesting, Woodsy. I actually collect Australian half cents. That's one of my little things. This should be our RPM, which I do believe, this has the die crack right there, is 1mm 89 or 85. ANA, not Coneca. All right. Yeah, I am ANA and Coneca. Stacking 2. And you're ANA and Coneca. All right. Well, that's good. You know, I expected probably 50% of the people that watch regularly to be into Coneca. Right now you're collecting Liberty Head nickels. That's a great thing. Had him hunting with me yesterday. Cool. Train them young, Dirty Water. Train them young. Next week will be my last reveal sale. I take the following week off. And that is to catch up on website stuff, work on my own stuff a little bit, do some projects. I've got a paint project going on around the house that I want to get done. So I will probably sell 4 reveals tomorrow. And I will do as I usually do. I'll schedule a reveal show in 2 weeks, and the 4th reveal will be before that show. The other 3 will be done before next Monday. Going to sell your woodies and toners and go varieties of U.S. coin. You know, I love that, Dan. I love that. I am a big variety guy. I collect all denominations and varieties. I used to collect high-grade Roosevelts and high-grade Franklin halves, but my set got stolen, and I have since found it kind of fruitless to put the effort into it when I can just look for die varieties. So I do that. Coin number 20 for me. And this is a 1mm 85, or what I assume to be 85. Let me look at 85 other markers. Definitely. I'll have to see if I have a copy of this, because man, the die flow is in the right direction. The part listed has a die chip right here, and the cornice is starting to break. But you go to, let's see, this. That is perfect. Then you go here, and what's listed has that same little die crack. It is the same too. A little bit further down, it goes down to about right here. Let's see if we've got, man, and the die flow is just perfect. Go over here. Same die flow is perfect. This little die dot is on the picture, as is these. See a little die dot that I don't have. Boy, I do see a little dimple like right here where the big die dot is. Let's see if this is there. That is there. I do believe this is 1mm85. I'll see if I actually own a copy of this in the other die states. So I can possibly... pardon me, go even deeper with some analysis. All right, 1mm. Do I own it? I do own it. All right. So we have comparison hard copies to compare to. Shimbone, welcome. Fellow coin nerds. All right, people that are just walking in, how many of you are in coin clubs? How many of you are in the ANA, Coneca? What is your main interest within coins? Is it die varieties and errors? Is it Lincoln cents? Is it Morgan dollars? Is it stacking? I'm doing a kind of an impromptu little survey to try to get a population on how many people I think ANA die clashes. All right, there you go. I will have to keep you in mind. I do not collect die clashes, but I get to see my fair share of good die clashes. Coin 23, Frostbite. Don't know of a local club. There are local clubs in the ANA. So a lot of people in the ANA. There's even local clubs here. I'm not a member of my local club, but I know that there's at least 3 of them within 15 miles of me. Might even be TPG's Coin Varieties site. Yes. Not Kaneka. All right, so a lot of ANA members. There's a few Kaneka members. Third-party grading sites, I'm not sure that... There we go, another one of what I believe is 1MM85. I'm not sure I would count that as coin clubs. I guess it could. I guess they call it a collector's club in PCGS, don't they? Morgan's Buffalo Stacking Silver. All right. That's cool. Toned more. You know, it's weird you say that, Dan. When I first got involved in collecting, there was a lot of toned Morgans. And a lot of original toned Morgans got dipped. Because when I started collecting, I'm going to say 97, 98. Let's see, son would be 8 or 9 years old, so it might even be 96. I did buy a 95p bag at the bank. And I got bags for 97 at the bank. Got 2000 to 2001 at the bank. So I'm in a club all by myself here. Well, that's okay. That's fine. Just started collecting and trying to learn about ancients. You know, I hope you're watching Aaron Burke. Very invaluable information. I find it overwhelming sometimes because of there's just a plethora of stuff. And he'll show the same coin and it'll look totally different because they actually engraved each die by hand separately, and some artists are better than others. So some of the coins looked great, and some of the coins looked kind of rudimentary. But for ancients, he's the best. And Mike Nodelman does a great job as he kind of sets him up. He's kind of the straight guy in the comedy team, or the coin team. Mexican silver. You know what? I am a Libertad freak. I do like the old Mexican reals also. I like reals in general, Dan. Collect clean coins. You know, you're not wrong. But there's a lot of cleaned coins that come back with straight grades. They just use the word conserved. And while it's not cleaning, and nobody should ever do it themselves, unless you're willing to scrap the coin in your endeavors. There's still dealers that dip coins when they have something unsightly on it, and they come back with straight grades. Some of these dealers been dipping coins for 50 years. That being said, there is random chemical checks, and I have even heard now of them bumping coins for acetone, saying that they've been cleaned. So you put an XRF gun on there, it doesn't, I mean, it sniffs everything. Tells you everything in parts per million. Is it 8 real from the old? Yeah, that's a great one. Did you see course, his was only a 2 real, I believe, but Frostbite had one on his stream yesterday. I own an Atosha 8 real, and I own an Atosha 1 real. Then I own a ring and necklace that are made from the silver and gold from the wreck. I am not buying that as an RPM. Coin 32, Taco John. Yeah, Mel Fisher. If you ever get a chance to go through any of the Mel Fisher museums, this can't. I wonder if this is what I think it is. Let me look back here. Something tells me I just ran across this. Hopefully I'm... It looks convincing from that angle. Not as convincing. Yeah, it sure does look convincing from that late dye state. There it is. 1mm 101. There's that. There's that. There's that. Don't see the die crack. But that don't mean it's not there. So we're going to put this 1mm 101, and I'm going to have to go through and see if I missed anything. Don't think I did miss any, though. British 2 pound. All right. Oh, all right. I know what you're talking about. Not 2 pound. Is it 2 pound? Or 2 sterling? I'm not sure how. I'm not real familiar. I do collect British half pennies and old 1 pennies. I'm a kind of a copper freak in general. I collect Canadian Newfoundland coins. Collect Canadian large cents. £2. All right. New Zealand and Australian large cents and half cents. 1mm, what I believe is 85 right here. Some of their silver is really nice, Trip. Coin 35, Rithy. Well, in general, even their quality. I ordered a couple coins from the Royal Canadian Mint over the last couple of years, and I can tell you that their customer service and the quality of what you get is unparalleled. I ordered some coins. It was about a year ago, I think. Frostbite and Paula, we were all talking about getting stuff, and I ordered a few. And I ordered them, and they were literally at my doorstep in 2.5 days. And the shipping was only like $8 from there. And heck, you order from the U.S. Mint, and they're 1,000 miles away, and they still charge you $20 to ship it. Yeah, it was some of those anniversary coins where the U.S. did some and the English did some commemorative type coin. I like maples. I like maples very much. Maples, there was a couple years though that they had quality issues where they would milk spot and tone funny. Might be showing my age because I think that I'm sure that's been rectified by now. But the Maple was one of the first to start adding indiscriminate security features. But my favorite as far as like silver goes, the only like silver I buy that's not like constitutional, I seem to buy Libertads here and there. Like them. And I can't tell you why. I do. There is what is 1mm85. That die crack is the same, and so is the one die crack on the back. We'll do a recap after this. Next coin for Paul. Boy, we were talking about the U.S. Mint with quality issues over the last couple weeks. And I know that the quality issues have been for a while now. But it used to be common that people would buy stuff from the U.S. Mint and not open it up. I can remember buying 200 1963 proof sets back in, it was probably 2000. And they were sealed in the box. Unopened. And now I would be afraid to buy like 5 proof sets and not open them up because half the proof sets are missing coins. You hear all this all the time that I got a proof set and the penny was missing or the dime was missing, something's missing. People will be happy to have a coin from 2025. You know what? I do believe so, Trip, and here's why. Unless something happens and we either stand still or go backwards in technology, I don't think there'll be need for coins. You know, there's an adage, cash is king, and I still think cash is king, but a lot of people do not. I can tell you that I don't carry cash. I mean, I've always got, you know, 30 bucks, 40 bucks or whatever. There is another. Yep, there's the die crack. But I don't pay for cash because I'm old and don't want to take the chance of getting robbed anymore. If they rob me, they get 30, 40 bucks. Let's double check and make sure I didn't miss anything. But I think that eventually, I mean, especially now, you can just go by how many bills are manufactured. There were years in the past that the U.S. Mint or the U.S. Treasury printed 15 billion $1 bills. And usually the $1 bill outproduced the 1-cent coin. Now you have it where they're not printing but, you know, 2 billion $1 bills anymore in a year. So that just shows you that, you know, the lifespan of a $1 bill I heard was, oh God, something like 180 days now. And there was a time that a $1 bill lasted less than 3 weeks, 18 days or something like that. And they would take it out of circulation and replace it for the most part. So people aren't using bills. Not that you can buy much for $1. In 100 years, provided that things don't, we don't know what kind of disasters, we don't know what's going to happen in society. An asteroid could hit and set us back 200 years. If that happens, not only will 2025 coins be valuable, but we will still be using coins and salt and currency and other stuff like that. But if it keeps on the way technology is going now, I don't think there'll be coins. I think all coins will be gone by then. Or you might have commemorative stuff or souvenir type stuff. But in 100 years, I question. But I don't know for sure. That would be all speculation. I'm just thinking right now, they want you to do everything electronically. There's going to be relatively soon that you can't get a Social Security check without it being electronically transferred. 101. There's another one of those. I've got 30 more to check. But we're going to do a recheck, and I'll recheck those first 30 coins after the show. It is crazy to imagine, Trip. Outside. Yeah, there you go. The Zinkins might not even be there. All right. We have one of them 85 is coin 2, 11, 15, 20, 34, 40, and 45. And that is Rithy, Mark, Taco John, me, Carl, and Shinbone. And then 1MM101 is for me, Jim Fletcher, and Taco John. And I will check the other 30 for 101s. But I want to thank everybody for joining. I will be back tomorrow with at least the Tails roll. I might do both rolls tomorrow. It all depends on what I have going on and what I have to get done, because there are some stuff. My wife's getting ready to go on vacation that I have to get done while she's here. So anyways, good. I'm glad, Trip. I'm glad. I always enjoy spending time with you guys. So anyways, also reveal show tomorrow night. Hopefully, nobody ever said anything. The main roll will either hopefully be a 42p or a 45D. I'm not sure. But hope to see everybody there, and hope to see everybody at the reveals and in the coin community. We'll talk to you later.